Sound engineers, how you doing? Welcome back to this video. We've been looking at sound processors. We began with the EQ. We then looked at the compressor. We had a bit of a talk on the noise gate. And today we're going to talk about effect processors, specifically the reverb and the delay. Before we begin getting into those intricate details, I thought it'd be good for us to just have a brief overview of these effect processors, the reverb and the delay. Right, let's get into it. Let's begin with the reverb. There is not a single record out there in the world that you've heard that does not contain any type of reverb. For sure, there's a reverb inside there somewhere. It's probably the most popular effect processor ever, in my opinion. And so, as you can see on this plugin of mine, we don't have a lot of parameters. Basically, all the plugins out there will probably have the same things: the mix, the reverb time, and the pre-delay. These three settings are all you need to know in order to control a reverb plugin. The mix simply points out the amount of original signal in relation to the reverb. The mix knob is in between the dry signal and the wet signal. The dry signal is that, dry. Let's have a listen. So it's just that. The signal is dry. Then the wet signal as you can hear, it is wet, meaning it has 100% of the reverb signal in it. The reverb time determines how long the decay of the reverb is, meaning how long will the reverb last. Let's try it out. So the longer I go, the longer the reverb remains. But the shorter I put it, you can hear that the reverb is now shorter. Before we continue, I just want to invite you to like and subscribe. It really goes a long way in helping the channel. And if you really want to support us, you can buy our comprehensive course book using the link down below. This will help us to continue making quality videos for you all. Let's get back to the lesson. The pre-delay, well, is just how long should the reverb plugin wait before inserting the reverb in the signal. That's all. How long should the plugin wait before kicking in? So the longer the delay, for example, if I put this to the maximum here, you will perceive a certain delay before the reverb kicks in. So what you're going to hear, since I've put the delay, the pre-delay to the maximum, we'll first hear the dry signal for around 500 milliseconds before the actual signal gets in. Let's listen. Did you get that? One more time. Let's set the pre-delay to 0 and also hear that. That means the reverb plugin will kick in directly. No delay whatsoever. And so with these three parameters, you can now set according to what the song needs or according to what you're looking for.
Katika swala na shaka zote nasimama kwako, katika swala na shaka najua hutaniacha, uko nami.
All right, but please don't go crazy with the reverb. Don't go crazy with it. Just make sure it is enough and it's doing the job that it's supposed to do. But of course, if you're looking for a certain type of effect, if you're trying to create some sonic effect, yeah, go ahead. Go as loud and as far as you want with it. There's no real rules. Yeah, but just be intentional with the reverb. The delay plugin also contains a bit the same parameters as the reverb, only a bit different way of naming them. We still have the dry and wet parameter, which separates how much the dry signal is fed to the wet signal. We also have the feedback, which determines the amount of delay. And then we have the delay setting, which actually determines the type of delay you're going to use, whether it's going to be a quarter note or a full note. Yeah, let's play around with it. And so, if I play between the dry and the wet, you're going to see that's dry. It's the balance between the two. Feedback will determine the amount of delay. The delay parameter determines the type of delay. You can also use the tab to set that. It's half note. Yeah. So this was just a brief overview. In the coming episodes, we'll then now get into detail when we'll be actually using them for mixing, and then you get to see them in context of a mix. For now, play around with those parameters and see what you can do. And I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any question, just don't mind, pin it down in the comment section down below, and I will answer you. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next episode.